Let's welcome in our guest. We have Ruchit Jain, Equity Technical Analyst with Angel Broking, joining us now to talk to us about the markets. Good morning, Ruchit. It's expiry week, and the markets still seem to be somewhat undecided. We haven't seen a breakdown, but at high level selling is coming. So what would you do? What are your top picks?
Very good morning, Anisha. Overall, we have seen that after a consolidation phase, again, last two trading sessions were quite positive in terms of the market breadth. Even we have seen a good momentum coming in the banking sector. So we believe that this consolidation phase is over as of now. And even if you see that post the UP elections results, when we had a gap up opening, markets during this corrective move in last week, that gap has acted as a good support for the index. So I think overall this uptrend should resume very soon. It's difficult to time it exactly, but I think in near term we should head higher towards 9400. Now coming on to the stock specific moves, banking as a sector is expected to give some good outperformance. We have seen very good volumes coming in, specifically in the PSU, some of the PSU banking names on Friday's trading session. So I think after a consolidation phase, one should definitely focus on the banking stocks. They could show some good momentum in next leg of up move. Among the stock specific moves, we have a buy call in Federal Bank. Probably this is one of the stocks which is in an uptrend and has shown a good amount of outperformance in the recent past within the banking stocks too. One can go long with stop loss below 86, expecting target somewhere around 99 in near term. And my second pick is a buy call in Bank of Baroda. Even this is one of the stock which has seen a good consolidation around its support zone of 89 EMA, and after this consolidation on Friday's trading session, we saw very good volumes coming in the stock with an up move. So we are expecting target somewhere around 179 in 1 week's time frame. So one can go long in Bank of Baroda, keeping stop loss below 163.
All right, so both the calls are from the banking end, Federal Bank and Bank of Baroda. Ruchit, what would you do with Reliance Industries? It has consolidated after its up move, given a little bit of correction as well. Do you think now is a good time for those who may not have bought Reliance to buy, or do you think it can still go down to its previous highs, which it was having a tough time crossing, of around 1150? What's your strategy for Reliance?
See, one should always keep in mind that this stock has given a breakout after 8 years of consolidation, and definitely when there's such a big breakout, then we can expect one good trended phase in this stock, at least for next few months. Now, whenever some stock is in a trended phase, any corrective moves usually take support around 20 days of exponential moving average on the daily charts, and generally there is very seldom we would get any price correction. There would be more of a time correction in such trended stocks. Now, Reliance Industries have in last few trading sessions have consolidated, and after some minor correction, it has taken support around its 20 days exponential moving average, which is in the range of 1240 to 1250. So I think the stock is still trading at a good support range. The downside seems to be very limited in this stock. Expect a good trended up move in this stock. So I think around current levels, or somewhere around the support zone of 1250, one should definitely look to create long positions in this stock.
All right, so for Reliance, use this opportunity to accumulate this counter. Let's talk about Reliance, some news developments coming in, and this is definitely going to have some sort of an impact coming in. The stocks regulator SEBI has banned Reliance Industries from equity derivative markets for a year. It has banned Reliance Industries and 12 others from the derivative markets, and SEBI has also asked Reliance Industries to pay a fine of about 447 crore rupees plus 12% interest since 2007. The case relates to the trading in the earlier listed company, Reliance Petroleum. There was a reverse merger that had taken place many years ago, and this is a ruling coming in from SEBI in that case. Now, Reliance Industries is saying we are in the process of consulting legal advisors, and they are looking to challenge this order before the Securities Appellate Tribunal. Just to give some context, Reliance had previously also tried to settle this case with the regulator, but now the regulator has come in banning Reliance Industries from trading in the derivatives markets, and 12 other entities have also been barred from trading in the derivatives segment. So this will be a stock we'll watch out for, but do remember the advice that Ruchit also has for those looking to accumulate this counter. At this point of time, we are seeing in pre-open, Reliance is still up 33 rupees. Okay, now Pankaj is also joining us.
Good morning, Anisha. Imtiaz is now with us. Imtiaz, what are your calls?
Very good morning, Pankaj. No doubt, we're likely to have a negative to flat opening, but more or less, what I can understand with this that for the next 2 days, that is today and tomorrow, would be very crucial for the market, because last time what we had seen the 92.18 to 9020, there was a fall which has taken almost 4 days of trading session, and today, say 2 days has been passed. We have 2 days to show the faster retracement. So which looks little bit on a dicey mode. So maybe the second round of selling could be emerge today or maybe till tomorrow. I'll be giving a sell call today on the market. Today would be the some sell call on the ICICI Bank with the stop loss of hello. Sell ICICI Bank with a stop loss of 280 for the target of 2660. And the next target, what we have seen that the bank nifty has shown a very good performance, but I think so there's some sell likely to be emerged on the banking sectors and some profit booking on this same side. Next call would be Axis Bank could be given a sell with a stop loss of 510 for the target of 450, because what we had seen the last session where the bank nifty has performed very much well, but the two stocks has not given that much of performance. So I believe that this Axis Bank would definitely give a one more downside tick. Last would be Tata Motor Divya, where we are expecting another second round of selling with a stop loss of 290 can be initiated a sell with for the target of 2660.
Right, but I just wanted to understand, Imtiaz, that your calls are based more on the market view going down, or you are changing the stance in terms of what the market view is?
Pankaj, it's totally depend upon the time priority. What I'm trying to explain that we have seen that the fall was 4 days, and if the retracement doesn't happen in 4 days, full retracement, that is if the nifty till tomorrow doesn't break 9200, then definitely there would be a selling opportunity, and this would be a very good trading opportunity on the sell on the rise. And what I'm expecting, not much a deep correction, but minor correction somewhere around 8980 to 8900 in maybe till expiry or maybe till next day of expiry.
Right. Ruchit, what will be your call on the market in terms of levels? What to watch out for after opening?
Pankaj, I think if we talk about today's trading session itself, then I think somewhere around 9070 to 9080 is a support range for the market. One should not forget that recently after UP elections gap of opening which was there, that gap has acted as a very good support during last week's corrective move. So I think unless we again fill that gap or go below that, I don't think that markets would take it much of a negative as of now. Around 9070, 9080 range in Nifty spot, that would act as a very good support for intraday trading. So I think I'm at least for short term I'm considering this that gap has been filled and it is acted as a good support. Considering this, I think the short term trend would continue to remain positive, and around 9070, 9080 one should definitely create long positions again in the market.
Right, M&M also had an analyst meet, so Anisha mentioned about Reliance and how a large cap name will be in focus. M&M will also be in focus. They had an analyst meet where Dr. Pawan Goenka as well as the other senior management was there, and the management briefed the analysts. It was regarding the auto and the tractor business, or we can say on both the businesses the management did brief the analyst about their outlook. Let's start with the auto business. So according to the management, auto industry is facing an unprecedented challenge. It is maybe because of the BS4 norms, the emission norms that are essentially being implemented. They expect a 2 new SUV launch going into the next couple of years. In terms of the existing businesses that they have, Bolero Plus and Scorpio, these are the two brands or two SUV models that are doing well. In terms of farm equipment business or the tractor business majority, they have about 17% growth estimates for FY17. They are launching a new strategy. It's called Farm Version 3.0, and they will focus on that starting from April. What is this essentially? It's to focus on the non-tractor business as well. If I look at their farm equipment business right now, it will be about 85% coming in from tractors, but now they are expecting or focusing in on the non-tractor business, how essentially they can grow that. So that's essentially the next focus area for the agriculture or the rural side of the market. Ruchit, what is your call on M&M?
Only the stock seems to be in a consolidation phase. In the recent up move, we have not seen any kind of great performance from this stock vis-a-vis the sector or vis-a-vis the market. And know that there's no such price action coming in with supported with good volume. So I think overall that the stock would continue to trade in a narrow range for next few trading sessions. On the low side, 1240 is a very good support for the stock, and somewhere around 1310, 1320 would continue to act as a resistance. So I'm not expecting any major trended move either on the downside or on the upside, at least in short term.
Alright, let's talk about a few other stocks that are in focus today. We have Coal India going ex-dividend, giving a dividend of 1.15 rupees a share.
That's Aurobindo, Strides and Cadila, all three will be in focus. Imtiaz, what's your call on Aurobindo Pharma? Recently it's gone up from the levels of 650 to 700. You think again it can come down?
Pankaj, I believe that even if they come down, I think so they should be taken as a buying on decline strategy. I'm not expecting much more downside happening in the pharmaceutical, and very much optimistic and positive for the pharmaceutical. Mainly Sun Pharma, Aurobindo Pharma, Wockhardt, even you can say Cadila Healthcare. All these are very good stocks on the technical front. But even if decline comes, maybe around 4 to 5%, should be taken as a positive to go for a long on the lower side rather than going short at current level.
Right, on Cadila and Strides, any view?
Similar, Pankaj, what as I said that I'm very much optimistic on positive. For Cadila, around 430 is a very strong support. If at all it doesn't break 430, then will be taken as a opportunity for going for a long and expecting a very good run up in the coming days. Maybe around 530, 540 will be achievable in next couple of weeks.
Right, Ruchit, what will be your call on Aurobindo Pharma?
If we overall look at the pharma sector as a whole, we have not seen any great performance in the sector in the recent up move in the market. Even if we focus first at the Nifty Pharma Index, then definitely this is one of the index which has been one of the underperformers, and still unless the index crosses about 10,800 mark, we are not going to see any significant momentum coming in the entire pharma sector as a whole. Coming on to stock specific, Aurobindo Pharma, definitely overall the stock has now gone into a consolidation phase after a trended down move. So I think the downside would be very limited in the stock. On the low side, somewhere around 650, 660 range is going to act as a very good support for the stock. So one can one can look to buy on the declines when it comes around the support of 650 to 660. And within the space, I think clearly if we compare the entire sector as a whole, it has been one of the underperformer. So I would not like to keep, I would not like to advise to go much very aggressive to create any aggressive longs in this pharma sector. I think banking sector would be one of the sector which would show good outperformance in the next leg of up move in the markets.
Right, let's just wait and watch how the markets open. How does the pharma sector do? ICICI right now in the pre-open session is indicating that it's likely to be one of the big names or one of the big movers in the opening session. We should get prices anytime soon. That's the first tick for you. 20 points down for the Nifty, exactly in line with what SGX is indicating. 9,087. Sorry. ICICI Bank is among the top gainers. ITC is up around 25 paisa, and ONGC is flat with a positive bias. Aurobindo Pharma 18 rupees down. As we told you, there is a news flow on Aurobindo Pharma that there could be some impact on the drugs as far as the European business is concerned, and that's down about 3% right now. 688, that's down 3% right now. 667, 666 for Aurobindo Pharma. Strides Sashun for you is down about 1%. The number of drugs for Strides is very low. Maybe that's why the impact is also lower. 1.2% lower for Strides Sashun. Let's also look at Cadila Healthcare and what's happening over there. 1% decline for that as well. 439 for Cadila Healthcare. These are three names that at this point of time are slightly on the lower side. M&M is not reacting much. In fact, it's reacting nothing to the analyst meet that was there. So there was an analyst meet where they briefed media. It's an annual exercise that the company does, and it's about 1 rupee on the lower side. Reliance Industries is at 1277. Remember, there is a SEBI order regarding the company, but I think that it doesn't come in as a surprise to the street, and that's why it's just down about 9 to 10 odd rupees. There is an impact of about 1,000 crores, which I think the street has factored in. Coal India went ex-dividend by about 1 rupee, but it's down 5 rupees right now. So the expectation was that the dividend would be as high, as high as about 3 to 4 odd rupees. That's Mindtree for you, about 1 rupee on the higher side, 470 for Mindtree, 0.14. Kaveri has a board meet today for buyback. Ahead of that, it's down, slightly down about 0.12. That's about 559 for Kaveri. Let's also look at Syntex. It's up around 1 rupee, 101, sorry, for Syntex. It was one of the buzzing stocks yesterday as well. Bharat Forge 0.75% higher, 1022 for Bharat Forge, about 7 to 8 rupees on the higher side. That's SBI 276, 277, flat with a positive bias. There was a news flow regarding their insurance business. Reliance Capital and Reliance Infra. Both of these names are in focus. Reliance Capital is flat. Let's look at Reliance Infrastructure. There it's also really not much. It's down about 1%, but I don't think it's because of the news flow. It's just down because markets are the way they are. Anisha, any other names that you can pick up with volume activity?
Yes, Pankaj, says GVK. GVK is up 5%. It's in the news because of a sale of stake in Bangalore International Airport on high volumes. Now that stock is up 6%. So GVK is one that has seen a strong up move. We have Uttam Value Steels up 8%. Welspun Corp is up 6.5%. We have UCO Bank seeing a good move today. It's up nearly 3%. Bombay Rayon Fashion is up 2%. Fortis Healthcare is up 2%. Some action taking place in Fortis, and Divi's is up 1.5%, though Aurobindo is amongst those that has lost a lot of ground. Subex is up 1.5%. We have Aurobindo now down nearly 3%. Coal India is down 2%. Of course, there's the dividend payout that you have to contend with. Reliance Industries is now down 1.5%. And OBC, Oriental Bank of Commerce, is down 1.5%. On the Nifty, you're seeing more stocks declining than those going up, so the breadth is not looking very strong, and the markets are trading at lows of the day with a cut of 1/3% coming in for the Nifty. Ruchit, what would you do with a stock like Reliance Capital that has had a very good run, and maybe even a Reliance Infrastructure?
Reliance Capital specifically, it has given a breakout after on a longer term charts. If we observe the weekly or the monthly charts, then there's a good breakout on that, and even the recent up move has been supported by very good volume. So we can expect that a good trended move is still left in this stock. Yes, definitely, the momentum readings are overbought, and that's why we have seen during the last week that the stock had remained sideways. So after this consolidation phase is over, which would be probably a time-wise correction within an uptrend, I think the upside momentum should again resume, and at least we can expect 630, 640 coming in the stock in a very short span of time.
All right, so positive on Reliance Capital. The pharmaceutical stocks are having a tough time, but Divi's is up about 1.5% today. So Imtiaz, what would you do with Divi's?
Anisha, I think there's a lot of things happening for Divi's Lab badly, because after the US FDA alerts and many things are happening, and the stocks is not able to move anything higher, and whatever the higher level comes, get into the sold off. So this is a very cause of worry here, but I don't think so there could be much more worry happening, because lastly I'm talking about when in the year of 2012 the Divi's Lab have made a high of 617, and from there we had seen the handsome rally till 1400. So right now we're coming back to that level. So I don't think so very much more panic would be happening, and 610, 600 is a very good level. But I'll definitely wait for the Divi's Lab to give some technical breakout or some confirmation of buying opportunity. But at current level, the stock showing that consolidation is still continue for another more couple of days, and so there is no technically clear breakout that it should be taken into the buy. So let's wait for 1 or 2 days. Maybe some clear indication will come for the buying opportunity for Divi's Lab.
Right, let's pull up a stock called Westlife Development. These are owners of franchise McDonald's in the West. It's up about 5 to 6 odd percent. It's one of the top gainers right now. It's a company on which CLSA has initiated coverage with a buy. Maybe that's why it's up 5 to 6 odd percent. 221 for Westlife Development. They are the owners, of course, of McDonald's franchise here in the West. 12 to 13 rupees higher, 221 for Westlife Development. Richard, any view on Westlife Development? It's not a very frequently traded counter though.
Very low volume usually if we see on the daily basis, except 2 or 3 trading sessions during last week we saw some good volumes coming in. But overall, if we see the stock, then the stock has a good support around 202 where last week's low was formed. So I think in near term, till the stock remains above 202, definitely the biasness would remain on the positive side, and the stock has potential to rally at least up to 250, 254 levels. So one could trade with positive bias, but not one of the favorite stocks where one should aggressively trade just because of the volumes which are which are very low on a daily basis.
Right. Imtiaz, do you track this name, Westlife Development?
Not exactly, Pankaj, because I think so stock is not even listed in NSE side, so very difficult to give any recommendation on that. But yes, if I'm looking at the Westlife Development on the BSE side, BSE you can say indices, so the stock is not giving any performance. Today it has given a breakout. If today it is maintaining about 218 on the closing basis, then I definitely believe that maybe the stocks will definitely go and hit back to 260 level. So one should actually look after for the buying opportunity with a stop loss of somewhere around 210.
Right. Any call on Jubilant FoodWorks, Imtiaz? They are both in the same sector, so probably if that has volumes, any view on that name?
Yes, Pankaj, Jubilant Food has given a very good, fantastic rally from the level of 762 to 1130. Right now, some consolidation has started, but I think so the stocks will continue to remain on a higher side. Base remains at 1070 on a closing basis. So until unless the stock doesn't close just below 1070, the stock can be taken at a buy on decline strategy for the stocks. And very soon we can expect the stocks to hitting about 1180 or 1190. So very good level to see Jubilant Food on a higher.
Right. In terms of Ruchit, in terms of FMCG or durable names, do you like anything? Havells has done well. Voltas has done well. Any other names that you like in that sector?
I think within the sector, Havells have shown a good outperformance in the recent past, and also we have seen a good trended move from the low of 320 where it was trading during the month of December. So I think this outperformance could continue. The stock has good support around 430, 440 range. So even at current levels or on minor declines around 434, between 430 to 440, one should look to buy this stock. Once this resistance of 455, 460 is taken out, which was also the high formed during the month of October, I think the stock should show very good returns at least up to 490, 500 levels.
Right. So one should buy at the current levels, or how should one look at this name?
One should buy this stock between 430 to 440, which is the entire support range. One can keep a stop loss somewhere below 418 and expect a target around 490 to 500.
Right. Ruchit, how would you look at Coal India? Now, of course, earlier there was the dividend announcement and it was trading on the basis of dividend, what is expected. But now it's gone ex-dividend and the financial year is also coming to a close. How would you look at this name? Again, it goes in the sideways consolidation mode?
There's more of a pattern of consolidation is going on in the stock since the month of September itself, or at least we can say the last 6 months the stock has not given much in terms of returns on the upside. Neither the stock has shown any significant downside. Now if we compare the volumes, then even volumes are on very much on the average line, so which indicates that the consolidation phase which has been seen in the last 6 months would continue. 310, 315 has acted as a very good resistance in this consolidation phase, and on the low side 280 to 285 would continue to act as a good support. So only from if one wants to continue to trade within this consolidation, then one knows that there's a good support, or the lower end of the consolidation is around 280 and the higher end is around 315. So when the stock comes to the lower end of the consolidation phase, one can buy as the risk reward would be favorable over there. So around 280, 285 one can look to accumulate this stock and again expect the stock to move higher, but again within that range only. So we can expect a range bound move, but 280, 285 is also expected to act as a good support within this range.
All right. What would you do, Imtiaz, with some of the housing finance names, stocks like Dewan Housing Finance, LIC Housing Finance, and even HDFC have again moved back to levels where they were seeing some sort of resistance. Do you think one should only buy once these resistances have been taken out with conviction, or do you think it's just a matter of time one can look at buying now?
Anisha, I think so. This entire sector has been given in a limelight, and they always remain on the focus. And I believe that this stocks has given a very good performance in couple of trading sessions lastly. If I talk about DHFL, then it already hitting all-time high. LIC has been little bit underperformed, but still gaining the gain. And SDFC Limited, although being a high beta stocks, always being in a radar. So I think so that we should give some time, because already all the stocks are trading in a over territory as per the technical front. So I think so there should be some decline. Not much more, but still a 1 or 2% decline would be taken as a buying opportunity and going again then long at a lower level. But currently we should give them some time to stock to consolidate, and on the negative side and should be taken buy on decline strategy. But as of now, the current level, the stocks tend to remain on a over territory. It would be difficult to go long with a less risk reward issues.
All right, wait for some time before you start buying these stocks. At this point in time, the markets are trading near the lows of the day. We have a cut of about 4% for the Sensex and the Nifty. Metal stocks are the ones seeing the maximum selling pressure, down about 1%. What would you do, Rujit, with Tata Steel? It's gone beyond 500. It has retraced from there. It's not breaking down, it's just consolidating. Do you think it's prepping up for the next up move? Your view on Tata Steel? Rujit, I wanted your view on Tata Steel.
Yeah, overall, the broader trend for Tata Steel definitely continues to remain up if we see some longer term time frame charts. Yes, 510 has acted as a recent as a resistance couple of times in this recent past, but I think the downside in this stock definitely would be very limited. 470, 480 is a very good support zone for this stock. So we can see some 2 to 3% of corrective move in the stock, but not much beyond that. So anything around between 470, 480 would be again a buying opportunity for this stock.
All right, Ruchit will look at buying Tata Steel on dips. Thank you, Ruchit and Imtiaz, for joining us on NDTV and giving us your views on all the stocks that we discussed. Please leave us with your disclosures. Ruchit, any disclosures?
I don't personally hold any of the stocks that we have discussed, but the recommendations that we have given, the same sort of recommendations have also been given to our clients. So our clients may be having some trading positions in them.
Right, Imtiaz, your disclosures?
Thank you very much. Anisha, personally, I am not holding any of the positions today which we have discussed.
Thank you so much for being with us on NDTV Profit. Pleasure having you with us this morning. We're going to slip into a break at this point in time, but there's lots coming up for you.
The management of Subex will join us on the other side of this break.